brain like getting ready to explode in that.
Welcome to the Mod Squad, where we're just some friends hanging out, talking about everything pop culture and bandbox related. I'm your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Carrie.
Yo.
And Felix.
What's up?
So I got a little bit of news. To help with comic book stores, Jim Lee is doing sketches and selling them on eBay, and all the proceeds are going to help comic book stores who are closed right now.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Now these sketches, they're pricey. I can't afford one. I'd have to sell my car to get one, but they're freaking amazing. I seen he's done a Doomsday, a Dead Man, and
About how much are they going for?
about $8,000.
Oh,
Woo.
yeah.
Yeah, they're expensive, but it's going to a good cause. If anybody out there can afford this, to help the comic book stores and help your local community, Jim Lee, that's what Jim Lee is doing. He done a Red Death that is absolutely amazing. So
That's awesome.
it is mailbag time. Did anybody get anything good in the mail today? This week?
Not I
Yeah,
said the cat.
Yeah, I got some stuff on the way, but it hasn't arrived yet. How about you, Carrie?
Yeah, actually, I got a whole bunch of stuff, but I'll just share a couple of items with you. I got this there. Dang it. Okay, there you go. Signed
Who's
by
that?
Steven Whitmire. I thought it was cute because it's Jim Henson holding little Kermit, and that is so freaking adorable. So that was one thing. And then I got this.
Oh man, is that the
Jim
Jim Cummings?
Yes, and it's the metallic number 58 out of 99. I was searching for that one for a while now, and buddy Eric hooked me up with that. And then one of my it's up there. I got the Lou Diamond Phillips fine rifle. Like, I'm a huge fan of Lou Diamond Phillips, so that's gonna go perfectly next to my not shrine but my wall that has my Lou Diamond Phillips autographs. So yep, that's all that I had today.
Have you
Nice.
seen the show he's doing with the campaign? It's called the Prodigal Son, I think.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, just check out like the first episode or two, and if you like it, then you'll like it. If not, then I wouldn't. But it's just a little different. But I'm digging it so far.
Is it on a streaming service or something like that?
Yeah, it's right now on a network channel. So maybe Hulu. I don't know.
I believe it is on Hulu. I believe. I mean, don't quote me on that, but
I'm going to quote you on that.
We
Right.
are going to list our all-time 5 favorite movies, counting down from 5 down to number 1.
5 favorite movies of all time.
So let's start with number 5. Carrie, you want to kick us off with your 5th most favorite movie?
so my 5th one is La Bamba. Go figure.
That works.
I mean,
I can't hate. That's a good one.
Hey, it was a great segue. That's a great segue. I mean, didn't
I
even plan
have
it.
the original poster that when it came out, and then I have a guitar right next to it signed, and so I mean it's my number 5.
All I gotta say is Richie.
Yeah.
All right, Felix, give us your number 5, sir.
I'm gonna cheat just because Endgame came out last. You knew I was gonna cheat, weren't you? Endgame came out. It knocked one off, so I'm gonna kind of put it back on there. My 2 top number 5s are Clue, 1985. Of course, with Tim Curry, that cast, that movie. I would be lying if I didn't tell you I watch it at least 3 times a year to this day. Second, number 5 is Halloween, the original 78. My mom introduced me to Halloween. I remember seeing it with her. She's always liked the horror. She's always liked the true crime, and I'm big into all that right now, and it's because of my mom.
Well, my number 5. I love this movie, and I do watch it anytime it comes on TV. I'm flipping through the channels. I'm stopping. There's no question about it. Coming to America. I love me some Coming to America. Just everything about that movie. One of Eddie Murphy's greatest movies. Between that and there's Beverly Hills Cops. I mean, that era for Eddie Murphy was fantastic.
Yes, I agree.
And then you enter Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones. Coming to America. That is my number 5.
That's another one I can't hate.
All right. Number 4. Carrie?
My number 4 is Conspiracy Theory, 1997, directed by Richard Donner. Has Mel Gibson, and Julia Roberts. So, and I won't explain why I like it. I just like it.
There don't have to be a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts. That's all you need right there.
I'm actually seeing a pattern with you and Mel Gibson, but
I saw it too.
I'm kidding.
All
But
right,
if I had to have a runner-up for that one, it would be Payback with Mel Gibson in it. Just saying, but
yeah, there's a little pattern there. All right, Felix, what is your number 4?
this one, they went back and forth, but it's got to be Tombstone. Val Kilmer, one of my all-time favorites from back in the day, from Top Secret to Real Genius. Then he went on to become Doc Holliday, man. Just that movie is one. He is Doc Holliday. I mean, he owns that role. He's Doc Holliday. I just love it. Bam actually did a big box on him, which were expansion packs back in the day about 2 years ago. So I have his autograph.
When you're in a movie and everybody quotes a line that you say, that's a hit. I'm your Huckleberry.
It's pop culture. Yeah, it's like a 93, and people are still quoting it to now.
Well, my number 4, and you're going to see a pattern in mine because mine all seem to be around the 80s. Goonies.
oh,
Come on, man. Yeah. Goonies. How can you not like the Goonies? You got Sloth, Mike, Data, Mikey. Oh,
I think one of us has a signed Baby Ruth.
Really?
I do.
Nice. I would love to get a full cast of those. I had the opportunity to last year, except for Chunk, but I just did not have time because I was getting the Back to the Future cast. So.
Yeah, fun fact, real quick. I live like a couple of hours from Astoria, and my brother went up there. When they were having, I want to say, one of their anniversaries where all the cast members go to Astoria and they do this big old thing. So my brother actually got to meet a couple of them, and
that's pretty
he
cool.
said that Chunk was just one of the freaking coolest dudes ever. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you close enough to where you can go take the medallion Bam brought and take a picture holding it up to the rocks?
Oh, that's
I am.
Do it.
You should do that and post it. That would be awesome.
Yes.
That would be awesome. All right, number 3, Carrie.
So my number 3 is gonna be The Lucky One. It was directed by Scott Hicks, and the story is by Nicholas Sparks. That has just always been one of my favorite movies. I like the storyline, and and Zac Efron, and he did a pretty good job, and that's my number 3. Yeah,
Actually,
it's like when you say Zac Efron, people automatically go to High School Musical and da da da. He's actually, he's a lot more than that little High School Musical boy that when I first saw him. Like he is like, I don't know if you've seen the Ted Bundy. He did that on
Yeah, I seen that. He did
Netflix,
really good.
and I watched that and I was like, whoa. So, I mean, he's more than just that singing boy, dance boy from High School Musical. So
All I'm going to say is take your own advice when you're talking about Robert Patterson as a new Batman. Take your own advice.
Yeah,
We'll see.
well, I'm going to. I'm, that now that you said that, that because.
Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge an actor by his previous movies because it could be the role that he was directed to do. So, all right, Felix, how about your number 3?
My number 3, just because of what they are, I've always tied these 2 movies together. Young Guns 1 and Young Guns 2. To me, I see them as one long story. Another one, Emilio Estevez, he took on that role forever and a day. He was Billy the Kid to me. Kiefer Sutherland, Doc Holliday, Lou Diamond Phillips, Chavez E. Chavez. I mean, the cast from both movies were really good. And,
pretty solid, the cast.
It really
that's
is.
a movie that can be on, and if I'm changing the channel, I watch it wherever it's from and finish it.
Young Guns to me, Young Guns and Tombstone are my favorite Westerns of all time. So I cannot hate on Young Guns at all. And Emilio Estevez is Billy the Kid. There's not going to be another Billy the Kid better than Emilio Estevez. Charlie Sheen is also in that movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of Charlie Sheen, my number 3 slides in with Major League with Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson, Wesley Snipes. I mean, I love this movie. I watched this movie about 2 to 3 times every year before spring training. This is my favorite baseball movie of all time. It's a comedy. I get it. It's not your Field of Dreams type, emotional type movie. I enjoy comedies. This is my movie, Major League.
This is the first one I can't get behind. I'm sorry, Kevin.
I haven't seen it, so I can't give an honest opinion about it.
I thought it was okay in the whole wild thing, and I liked it as a kid, but I'm gonna crap all over your Cheerios, man. I'm sorry.
You don't have to like it. This is my personal favorite.
But you're wrong.
Hey, listen, you got some movies on there I can crap on too coming up.
Do it. My next one, huh?
Probably. All right, number 2, Carrie.
Okay, number 2. It's Ponyo. It is an animation fantasy. And I am not even going to try to pronounce the director's name because I will butcher it.
I don't even think you pronounced the title.
Ponyo? Yes, I did.
Are you sure? What is that?
So many times I know it's Ponyo. Insert a little picture there, Felix, please.
I have never heard of this movie. What's it about?
I thought you sneezed when you said the title. Go ahead.
Dude, if whiskey would have came out of my nose, that would have burned so bad.
So basically, it's a fantasy. It's about this little fish, Ponyo. She turns into a little girl, and she has this connection with this little boy, and it's just I don't even really know how to explain it, but definitely watch the trailer. But if you're into like animation and fantasy, you'll definitely like this. So that's my number 2. Because I've seen this movie like a lot, and I still love it to this day.
I can't judge it. I've never seen it. So
there you go.
How about you, Felix? How about your number 2?
My number 2 is, I think, the only recent movie on my list, but it came out and granted what anybody says, I loved it. Justice League.
Justice League.
I enjoyed Justice League.
Justice League was awesome.
Honestly, I want to
Like,
see the
who
Snyder
are you?
Cut. I
who
would
said
give
that?
everybody and their mother. I would give my left nut for Justice League. I just did that to get Kevin's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers
Oh my God!
Endgame.
You actually killed me.
Avengers Endgame. I mean, the cast. First of all, the emotional weight, the 22 films it took to get there. I mean, it was pure fan service, and it delivered every single time, every single scene, I mean, I watched that at least 5 times in the theater. I mean, Captain America finally saying "assemble," Captain America catching Mjolnir, Captain America looking at his own ass. I mean, Avengers Endgame is my number 2 favorite movie of all time.
Well, I'm sorry that's your favorite movie. I am.
Well,
crapping
obviously
all
it's not because it's not your number 1.
Yeah.
So.
You don't like Endgame, Carrie?
No, I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it. So.
Listen, everybody to each their own. It's your personal. It's your personal list.
But I'd have to agree, though. I would give you left nut. So.
No.
Nothing.
No Marvel movie will touch my list ever. I think they're all garbage. And I honestly think it's because I don't connect with any of the Marvel characters. I have watched them and I just don't connect with any of them. That's my thing. But number 2. All right. It is the best movie ever made about, laser swords, blasters, an outlaw with a huge, type animal, hairy animal as a co-pilot. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
It's Spaceballs. I love this movie. It is the best. I know it's an adaptation of Star Wars, but I think it's better than Star Wars. But that's my opinion.
That's your opinion, sir.
Speaking of Spaceballs, Bam did the necklace. I'm a prince. I'm a bona fide prince. Love this thing.
Yes. All right. Carrie?
Okay.
Your number 1 favorite movie of all time. Personal favorite.
All time. So I have seen this movie, no joke, at least 200 times. No joke. And this movie never, ever gets old. It is from 1959, and it is Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Yes, I said that. I'm just drawn to that movie. Maybe
what
because
did you say?
Leprechauns, because I like little things, and it's not the best shot movie, but to me, that is my ultimate favorite movie.
What is it?
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Who raised you?
Ouch! Felix! If you have not seen that movie, you need to be... Okay, well, never mind.
That is a surprise answer. I would not have thought that.
It has, what's his face? A young Sean Connery, I believe.
Ooh,
that's and he is, when he's actually, pretty good looking for considering how old he is. But back then, well, whew. Have you seen it, Kevin?
No, I've never even heard of it. So
oh my gosh, you guys, yes, it is Sean Connery. And you guys need to, I'm telling you what, okay, it's shot shitty, yes, and it's corny as hell, but for some reason that's my favorite movie, and I can watch and I still watch it to this day.
Awesome. Carrie breaking out the what the All right, Felix, what's your number one?
I'm going to get shit for this. I already know. I'm going to go back a little bit.
Okay.
I was in grade school. They took us all into the auditorium to go see that tape.
Okay.
And for some reason, something went wrong. They didn't have it. So we watched this video of Titanic. And they talked about it. It was kind of a documentary. I think they had just found it. And there's this little Felix kid just taking us all in, just to think the story behind what happened, the lives in there. It has always resonated with me. Titanic. James Cameron's Titanic is my all-time favorite movie.
Hey, I cannot hate on Titanic. Titanic
Yep.
was a great movie. Titanic, it was critically acclaimed, probably more critically acclaimed than any of our other movies that we said. So, great
Oh.
choice, man.
Yeah.
No
So-
shit. Wow.
Yeah. My number one movie. Back to the Future, baby.
You know, if you didn't say that, Kevin, I was gonna say you need to go to the doctor.
And I am encompassing all three of them because it is one long movie.
Yep.
I did the same thing with,
Yeah, Back to the Future. Come on, Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd. It's just an amazing movie. It's pop culture. It's a pop culture classic. You got the DeLorean, you got the flux capacitor. Little kids know about this movie. So,
Yep. One of my favorite scenes is in number 2 when she puts that little tiny Pizza Hut pizza, that little disc in the thing.
yeah.
Poof, big ass
And it
pizza
comes
comes
out.
out. That's one of my favorite parts.
All right, and that is our top 5 favorite movies. And now is the time for the podcast where we have asked viewers to ask us questions for us to answer.
But don't forget, this contest is ongoing. Every month will be one winner. The more you comment, the more chance we're going to pick your question, and you'll be entered into that contest.
Let me bring it up. We have Jackie Maxwell asks, well, she asked a lot of things, but one of the last things she asks, to paraphrase, is, what's y'all's most favorite Funko Pop so far? And I'm guessing she means from BAM, but we'll answer our BAM and our non-BAM Funko just to cover all bases.
Yeah.
Carrie, what you got?
I got I love Funkos and I love all the ones that BAM has sent out, but I've got to this is my favorite Kevin Nash signed shredder.
You went there
Nice.
I did.
on purpose, too.
Yes, this is my favorite from BAM.
Nice.
And then okay, I have Tom Welling, Smallville Pop, but I'm just gonna throw out there that I have all the other characters and they're signed. So I'd have to say my whole set of Smallville. But my ultimate favorite, my grail, is this signed Betty White PSA DNA from the Golden Girls.
Ah, so jelly of that.
I can't hate.
So jelly.
All right, my favorite pops of all time is, I have several up here. Here's my Val Kilmer signed Batman pop.
That's a good one.
Inscribed it Batman on the bottom.
That's a real good one.
Speaking of Val Kilmer. This is my favorite non-BAM pop.
Okay.
And my favorite BAM pop. Chucky himself.
Ed
Yeah.
Gale.
Ed
Yes.
Gale.
Nice.
And since we're talking about grails, but I have to go with my all-time favorites. Negan himself, Jeffrey D. Morgan, and Daryl, Norman Reedus. You
Those
guys
are good
know
ones.
Walking Dead is my favorite all time.
Nice.
Those are good ones.
Show off these guys too.
I would have to say my favorite Funkos from BAM that we got were the Shazam ones. I loved the
Okay.
movie Shazam, the Shazam kids.
Oh, I hope BAM finishes that series off, man.
So do I.
Yeah, I
That
hope so
would be
too.
Fingers
Cool.
crossed.
And my favorite non-BAM is I got a Bane Funko signed by the creator of Bane, Mr. Chuck Dixon. I mean, he created Bane, a Batman supervillain. I got him to sign it. That's awesome.
Nice.
That was from Miss Jackie Maxwell. We have
Thank you,
one.
Jackie.
Yes,
Thank
thank you
you,
very
Jackie.
much, Jackie. That was great questions.
Yes.
We have another question from V Gibbs. She says, "Hey guys, I love the show." She says, "Of the BAM boxes you've opened, what was the one thing each pulled that you cherished the most?" So the one item that you cherished the most that we pulled from BAM.
This is from a big box, which used to be called expansion packs back in the day. But my favorite item I've got from BAM has to be the man himself. The man responsible for my second favorite movie of all time, Kevin. The man, the myth, Stan Lee.
There you go.
Stan Lee, BAM did this a while back, maybe 3 years ago. And I wasn't able to get it. And I acquired it over time from a friend. Very good friend.
Yeah, I so wish I would have gotten that one too. But like I'm trying to get the Guardians of the Galaxy one, and it is hard. It's hard to get to when you do track one down. It's a struggle, but
if you can track one down, snatch it, basically.
For real.
Carrie, how about yourself? What's your favorite item that you've ever got from BAM?
Man, I've gotten so many items that just I love. So it's kind of hard to pick one, but what stands out to me the most, I would have to go with this was way before I became involved with BAM in any way. So I got one of the signed Gaten hats from Stranger Things. I believe it was my second box I gotten from them. And I just remember pulling that, and I was just so like happy. And then they had this contest for, I believe it was I can't remember what the contest was for. And so I entered the contest, and I think it was for the Hannibal Lecter bust that they.
Is that the one where Pokey's wearing the Hannibal Lecter on the picture?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then but no, I entered a contest, and I would pose my animals with the items, and so I ended up winning. And so I just have to go with that one because it was my very first real surprise that I gotten. So
that's awesome. Very very cool. I think my favorite items from BAM is let's see, I did not get the Gaten hat. I think I had to acquire that from a member. But I did get, my all-time favorite movie, Back to the Future. BAM did a signing with the guy who played Goldie Wilson, the mayor, Goldie Wilson, and I got his autograph. I love that one. That's probably my favorite pull of all time. Between that and the Goonies key for a prop, amazing. From the regular box, those are mine, but I did get an expansion. There you go, the key right there. The expansion was 11 from Stranger Things. BAM did a expansion pack for Stranger Things, and I got 11's autograph. It is hanging on my wall. It's never going anywhere. It's an amazing piece.
And the wonderful thing is with the BAM community, you can go and you can search for past items and trade or buy, and so I think that's what I love about the community is because I have traded so many times on there, and it's awesome. But I'm still looking for that Stan Lee.
When you trade with someone, don't forget to give them credit up in the feedback. It's under the guidelines that's pinned to the top of the community. There is feedback on the bottom. So
Yes.
for other people to see their name in there and know that they're good people to trade with, just go give them, go check that out.
That's
Yep.
very cool. There's also some BAM news that we have, Felix. You want to give them some BAM upcoming news?
Just because we've been bringing up Goonies, so
Goonies? Yes.
are some of the good quality too BAM has come out with. I know we have a lot of new members. Segueing about new members, at the time of this recording, we're in the process, the original BAMBAX community on Facebook, of hitting 5,000 members.
Woo!
I remember when we were at 500.
Yes.
Yes.
5,000 members in the original BAMBAX community on
That's
Facebook.
amazing. That's awesome.
Yes.
As soon as we hit that amount, we will be having a contest. And I'm hearing rumors of rumblings, I'm not sure, but the Stephen King big box is going to be the giveaway in that contest. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Not
Maybe-
saying what you're saying.
you may
Or you're
wanna-
saying, got it.
Yeah. Well, I do believe this does it for this episode of the Mod Squad. For Felix and Carrie, I'm Kevin, saying keep on bamming, bammers.
Stay golden.
See that tape, you know what I'm talking about?
The film
And
projector.
yeah, but the one that taught you stuff.
Mm.